It's 7 p.m. We'll call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Dome,
Here.
Thomas, Meismer,
Here.
Reagan,
Here.
Barnes,
Here.
Ganson,
Here.
Martindale, Silver.
Here. Thank you. Is there any additions or deletions from the agenda? Number 5, approval of the minutes of the February 28th, 2017.
So moved.
Hazel and Margie.
Second.
Any changes?
Yep.
Roll call.
Thomas, Dome,
Aye.
Meismer,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
oops, totally out of order, Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. We'll come back to the clerk's report. Underneath the mayor's report, I had a couple complaints last week with some places about noise. And call and talk to the people, and hopefully we'll get that resolved. Kinga has been busy, and the staff, they sent out over 287 letters to landlords to try to, we haven't done it for a long time, we've been talking about it, and Kinga made it happen, but we sent the letters out, requesting them to verify who the owner of the property is, if we had contact information, and something about the garbage, because we've been having a lot of garbage complaints continuing, and we shouldn't have that, because it is in our ordinance that the landlords are responsible for the garbage. One thing that we did do, as you can see by some of the stuff on our agenda, Kinga had set up a meeting with Bill, Bakash, Alicia, myself, Bakash's engineer, and very productive meeting on Friday afternoon. Everything that was left out open was settled, and so hopefully they can continue they're trying to get bids by April 1st so that they can award a contract to put the road and the water and the sewer in up to that project. So there was a lot of effort put on in there by Bill and Kinga, but it was a successful meeting, and it went very well. One other thing, I need to, I have a letter here to appoint Jerry Meismer in charge. I'll be gone on the March 28th meeting. I'll be in Ireland. And another thing we need to do is, what we always do is move our April 11th meeting, because that is the township's annual meeting that day, and I think in the past we've always moved that to 6:30.
That has to be an agenda item.
Does that have to be?
I think we can do it next meeting, but
Yeah, you can do it next meeting, and then I can make sure that it's on the agenda.
Okay.
I can take it.
Because I know you're supposed to do it a couple meetings ahead of time. And did I miss anything, Kate?
No, I think that's it. We will add the rental registration to our website. We also have an article in the residents newsletter, so that way if somebody has a rental property and they don't work
going to have the registration form, right? You're not
Yes.
going to list all the landlords, correct?
No,
Okay,
we're
Just wanna make
just
sure.
getting all the registration forms and seeing who's
Okay.
accepting that.
thank
Oh,
you.
we're just asking
Yes.
on the website and newsletters.
Public comment? Committee reports, finance, Jerry?
Finance met last Tuesday, normal housekeeping, and, we voted on just about every one of these new items coming up under new business today. The other thing that we had to do was move the July 4th meeting to July 5th. Since, nobody wanted to come after the parade, some people felt that they had partying to do and would not be able to be here. Our next meeting will be April 4th, 5:30.
Any questions for finance? Thanks, Jerry. Land use, Leroy?
We haven't met since the last council meeting. We meet tomorrow night at City Hall at 6:30.
Any questions for Leroy? Thanks, Leroy. Public safety?
We have not met since the last meeting. Our next meeting is next Tuesday, right here. City Hall, 6:30.
Anybody want to stump Brian?
Should be easy to do.
Transportation, Jamie?
We haven't met since our last meeting. Our next meeting is March 23rd here at City Hall. There will be a meeting with, residents are invited from Callender and Waverly, from 4:30 to 6 p.m. to, show them the project that's gonna happen with the sewer, how it's going to affect their lives for that, short time while construction of that project. So, March 23rd, 4:30 to 6 p.m. here at City Hall for that open house.
Any questions for Jamie?
Jamie, do you have any bus routes or anything on that? Do you need to contact those people, or have you done it already?
Any what?
Bus routes or anything? School buses, city buses?
School buses, yes, city no.
Just might want
School
to
buses
contact.
possibly. Might be a good,
Shouldn't they be out of school though?
But it won't be done by the time they're back, probably.
Oh.
Just so someone knows, I mean,
Yeah.
The only city bus that would be effective would be Sterling.
Yeah, school buses, I'm not sure if they go down.
Oh,
that
yeah,
part
they
of
go down
town.
And we just have to
Every year.
notify the school district.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just round up. Thank you.
New business. Motion to approve resolution 2017-03, a resolution authorizing amendment, restatement of retirement plan by adoption of VALIC Retirement Services Company retirement plan for governmental employees.
so moved?
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Brian seconded. Any questions? Roll call.
Meismer,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Right.
Barnes,
Aye.
Silver.
Thank you. Item B is a motion to approve contractor's bid for sidewalk improvements on Barker Avenue in the amount of $70,000 for a SSA and $5,000 for a storm inlet city expense.
So moved.
Second.
Jamie made the motion, Margie seconded, and now there will be some other, extras to that, because this go around, what we did is we left off, the wheelchair ramps and any alley approaches, because, that way, that'll be a separate line item, so that there's no confusion with, when we try to split that up for the homeowners, because in the past, it got,
Because that'll be
it's
on
something
us.
completely new to Henry trying,
Okay.
so.
Well, it'll stop the confusion of who
Hopefully.
owes what. Yeah, good.
call, please.
Silver,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Meismer,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item C is a motion to approve ordinance 2017-08, number 4, amendment to the Peoria Urban Enterprise Zone designating ordinance. An abbreviated version is enclosed.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Jamie seconded. Any questions?
Should we change the name? No. Yes. On the title? No?
This is all paperwork that they're sending us.
Okay.
It'll be probably pay a few more times. No other question? Roll call.
Meismer,
Aye.
Silver,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Ganson.
Aye.
Thank you. Item D is a motion to approve ordinance 2017-09, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a professional service agreement for the First Amendment to the West Peoria Tax Increment Financing District 2 by and between the City of West Peoria, Peoria County, Illinois, and Jacob Klein Ltd. and Economic Development Group Limited.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Meismer,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan, Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Thank you. Item E is a motion to approve professional service agreement for the First Amendment to the West Peoria TIF District 2 by and between Jacob Klein Limited and the Economic Development Group Limited and the City of West Peoria, Illinois. This is Exhibit A to ordinance 2017-09.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Any questions? Roll call.
Meismer,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Item F is a motion to approve ordinance 2017-10, ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of an agreement by and between the City of West Peoria, Q-Pro Consulting Incorporated, and Hindu Temple of Central Illinois.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Any questions?
Yeah. Just under a cursory reading, it's, Q-Pro has given $12,000 to amend the,
They're paying for it, yes.
okay. Then, are we reimbursing the 2,500 back to them after this is executed?
25. They're paying for this up front. When and if there's money that is put in there, they can request to be reimbursed through the TIF.
So it shall not exceed $2,500.
So they're gonna get reimbursed eventually when and if Tip Two actually makes money. That's when but the reimbursement shall not exceed $2,500 per year.
That was my understanding, but I wanted to make sure that I was reading it correctly. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
I do. What, if possible, is the agreement? What is the agreement? The motion to approve the execution of agreement between West Peoria and CPRO.
You want to explain that?
So, Q-Pro trying to add an extra 5 acres to their TIF two, amending it. and we just trying to work with them, and QPro is agreeing that they will pay the $12,000 they did, the administrative fee for us to amend that.
Okay, so it's for the amendment, they want to amend an additional
They wanna-
5 acres.
Yep, they wanna add an extra 5 acres to their TIF too.
Since the TIF was originally started, they were able to purchase another piece of property, and so they want to add that. And to add that, it's not cheap. So, we told them that they had to front the money, basically, to add that other partial property into the TIF two, which they did.
I believe they're using the additional property they bought as their office. It's the newest house there on Creek Road.
So it is still
It's,
contiguous, and it's still part of the same project. It's just that they were able to get another 5 acres. It wasn't in the original TIF too. So this is just putting it in with the rest of the property they already have.
Okay, so this continues.
Correct.
Oh,
with the
and
rest
it's
of
where
property.
they were gonna put a steeper slope in on the road, and when they, by buying this piece of property, they were able to reconfigure the road and actually probably make the entrance and exit, safer.
General or grade. Thank you.
If I can add to that, the previous motions there, the agreements with Jacob and Klein and the Economic Development Group, they do all the work on the legal work on the TIFs. Okay? So when you add on an area to an existing TIF area, it has to be done legal beagle all the way. Right, Mary?
Correct.
Thank you. That's why they are getting extra cash out of it, which they always will, and we had to have an amended agreement with QPro and the Hindu Temple that owns that area. Because it's now part of the second TIF area. Okay? Now you've seen on the maps the different TIF areas. This is an addendum to TIF 2. And that's going to pay eventually, we hope. Okay?
Good, thank you.
There won't be any money generated there unless there's something built.
Right.
So it's in their best interest to build the condos and everything is said there.
So, refresh my memory, have we amended that property into West Peoria?
We annexed that
Yeah, we annexed it. Thank you.
years
Yeah.
ago,
Thank you.
yeah.
and right after we annexed, we created the TIF two for them.
And hopefully they get their road and everything built here pretty soon, because there's only so many years left on that TIF. So that they could get a reimbursement.
When they amend this, does anybody know if it just goes to the original TIF date, or the amendment date starts the new 26 years? Does anybody here know?
My understanding is that any addition to TIF 2 goes with the original TIF 2 date. Now, you can always extend it afterwards if there's a need. Peoria has done this
Ad nauseam.
forever. They just had a big brouhaha this year. They've got umpteen million they have to spend because one of their TIF areas expired and it had been renewed a couple of times. It was like 40 years old, over and above the original 23 that normally allowed by law. But, that's our understanding of it this time, unless something different happens.
Roll call, please.
Meismer,
Aye?
Barnes. Aye. Jones,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan, Ganson, Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Item G is a motion to approve professional service agreement by and between the City of West Peoria, Peoria County, Illinois, Q-Pro Consulting Incorporated, and Hindu Temple of Central Illinois.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Meismer,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Item H is motion to approve purchase order 13085 in the amount of $300 to Valic for document maintenance agreement fee, line item 01-11-928.
So moved.
Second.
No, you got it.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Any questions? Roll call.
Meismer,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion to approve fiscal year 2017 TIF reimbursement for purchase order 13107 in the amount of $1,000, line item 15-00-929.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry and Margie. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Meismer,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Thank you. Item J is an inducement resolution 2017-04 for Q-Pro and Hindu Temple for West Peoria Tip 2.
So moved.
Second.
Jerry made the motion, Margie seconded. Any questions?
I do have a question.
Yes.
This probably goes back to items F and G, but just HTCI, what is that?
Hindu Temple.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That
They
thank you
just
very much.
abbreviated it.
Temple Central Illinois.
Thank you very much.
There's 16
That was a
million
quick one.
of those things to learn.
Right.
Roll call, please.
Meismer,
Aye.
Barnes,
Aye.
Dome,
Aye.
Thomas, Meismer, Reagan,
Aye.
Ganson,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
Thank you. Public comment? Bob?
The scouts will be selling trash bags starting April 3rd this year. So with delivery towards the end of April.
Large black ones?
Yes.
Have you ever thought about getting into the kitchen bag size?
Yeah, they only have a couple sizes available where we get them from, so.
How much are they?
Well, they were 16, but Jim's gotta call and check and find out, make sure that there's not an increase, okay, so. But I should-
Quantity?
100 in a roll,
Still the best deal though.
yeah. Or the 55-gallon ones, they have the big ones, there's 25 in a roll on those.
No kitchen.
29.
No.
And the cleanup days will be April 29th? am I
Yes.
correct?
And we will be taking electronics, same company that did it for us last year, so, have that already lined up, so,
Even TVs?
yeah.
I don't know how long it'll be taken to say, because nobody knows what to do.
What did you say? April 29th?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, 9 to 3, down at the city garage. So if anybody wants to help volunteer that day, I'll let Sharon Kennedy know.
It's guaranteed to rain that day, right? Hasn't it like the last
Probably, yeah, I mean,
Several
you-
years.
Like, if you're,
Yeah.
bring your slicker. Because there's a lot of moving in the rain.
We've had some wet ones, we've had some cold ones, we've had
Yeah.
some hot ones, so.
I heard the food's good.
Yeah, it is what it is on that day, hey, it's set and you go with,
I was wondering how she knew it was raining then. Just wanna ask.
Reports, all day long.
I do have one question, if I may. On item B under new business, the 75,000 that's in parentheses and then 70,000 next to it, did we reduce that from 75 to 70?
If you look at the 70,
Itemized.
and then you got the 5,000 for a total of 75.
Henry
Okay.
asked me to put it on that way
Okay, that makes
specifically to make it clear that the $70,000 was not to the residents, that the city will be paying for the storm inlet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why he wanted it that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?